Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Did you get a new camera from Santa, or are you looking for a fun way to learn the art of photography? Our next guest has a great idea for you. Welcome producer Pete Hansen to the other side of the camera.
This really feels weird over here, let me tell you.
Who's back there? This is scary.
Yeah.
Well, we put Travis back there for the time
Travis
being.
is
So
very
he's
capable.
Very
He is
capable,
capable.
so we're in good hands.
So you're with us every show. Nobody
Absolutely.
knows that, but you create our show.
This is a big guy.
Not
you, we
without
couldn't do
without
it.
the three of you. No, it's
But we couldn't
definitely
do
a
without
team.
you.
No, we couldn't. And
So thank you.
the big guy with the bow tie. You're all dressed up today.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm
what-
a little more formal today.
Are you
I
called
like
the bow
it.
tie guy?
I am called the bow tie guy.
Why?
Explain.
Good question. In photography, you try to brand yourself to make you a little bit different from everybody else. And not
Okay.
a lot of photographers wear bow ties.
Okay.
Most of them wear long ties, and I find technically that my camera strap going across my chest and everything else, the tie just gets in the way. And so I
Good
wanted to do
point.
something different. I wanted something that was kind of classy.
Yeah.
I wanted something that people can easily recognize. I can go to a wedding site where I've never met the couple or the family at all. It's just been a phone call. I'll say, look for the guy in the bow tie, and they'll come right to me.
That's true, because not a lot of
Oh.
people wear them anymore.
Nope.
But I like the
More
wood.
The
Is it
wooden
wood?
one is
This
very
is a wooden
unique.
one, yeah. I've got probably a half dozen different wooden bow ties.
Really?
So they're
Yeah.
not all wood.
No, I've got
Okay.
about 40,
All
50
right.
other bow ties
Okay.
that I wear.
Okay.
And I don't
That's
wear
really
them
neat.
to all shoots. I wear them just to formal occasions,
Right.
weddings.
But that's
and that
also
kind of
your
stuff.
logo. It's Pete Hansen
The bow tie guy.
The bow
yeah.
tie.
with a picture of the bow tie.
Correct.
So,
Correct. Yeah.
That is
Okay.
unique and awesome.
It's
So,
fun. It's
so
fun.
when you're not producing here, you're taking photos.
I really am.
A
And,
lot of
and you know,
photos.
it's not really a far difference between.
Right.
I work with cameras and lenses and lights doing
So it's a
television.
passion.
And I just then move over to the photo side and do the same thing. but
Which
in
do
a
you
still
like
form.
more? Or do you?
Oh.
Are they tight?
Television is my career, is
Mm-hmm.
my life. Photography is definitely something I enjoy doing.
Like more of your downtime?
A little bit,
enjoyment?
yeah.
A hobby?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a
Well,
professional at it.
yeah,
so
I was gonna say, so it's
It's
not-
a paid hobby, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
But, it's more of a creative outlet for me.
oh, okay.
Because photography, I can really control things, whereas I can't always control the three of you out here at the show. I kind of go for the ride and see where the show
This
ends.
is true.
Well,
Good point.
in this
There you
particular
go.
episode, we're talking New Year's goals, resolutions. You had something interesting this past year, so you did
I've
a
loved
photo
it.
a day
A photo a
challenge,
day.
and you did it.
I did, yeah. That means
Wow.
that
It seems
means
like so
one.
easy,
that
but
means
it
one new
wasn't.
photo every day. I took a
Right.
picture every day, 365 days.
How did it start?
Okay, good
The
question.
challenge, yes.
Good question. I've done photo a day challenges in the past. I've like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, and I
Okay.
found them to be very, very restrictive, like a ball and chain. Oh, I got to get my photo a day. It's
Yeah.
really tough.
Yeah.
But last year in November, I got a brand new camera, a different brand from what I've been using for the past 15 years. And so all of a sudden, I was faced with learning something new.
Okay.
Menu settings were different. The camera operates a little differently. It's a different size. It was different. And so I felt like I just needed to do something to help me get more experience with that camera.
Okay.
But I didn't think about a photo a day. New Year's Day came along a year ago, and I woke up and got about the house and getting ready for whatever activity, and the thought popped in my head and said, "You need to do a photo a day." Really? Thanks, universe. Now you tell me. And so I
another job.
did. So that day I started the photo a day, and I have not stopped since.
But what I think the challenge is too, I think it's easy on our phone. We all carry the
Yes, I
camera
was
away
gonna say
Absolutely.
that.
around. You did not do it on your Droid or iPhone. You did it with a camera.
The majority of them.
So you had to have that with
there were
you.
probably 5 or 6 shots throughout the year which were on my cell phone.
But everything else was on a camera where then you would have to download and then you would probably edit.
Correct.
Wow.
Wow.
That's like
Correct.
work. It's not just like, okay, let's hurry. And then you didn't just post a photo a day. You took the picture that day.
Yes,
Yes.
that's my
That
my
was
challenge.
the challenge,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
I can wait and post if I get behind for whatever reason in posting, but I had to take the picture that day.
So did you know,
That's
like days
crazy.
in advance, like what you kind of were looking for,
Oh,
or was
yeah.
it just whatever came
That's
up that
a
day?
great question, because initially it was totally random.
Okay.
like, my first years of doing that was just totally random, and that's how I started this year. I mean, you know, you can only drive home so many different directions or so many different ways, but
Right.
that's what you do. You go,
Right.
you go a different road here or a different route there.
Yeah.
You go uptown versus downtown, whatever.
Right.
So it was still very happenstance. You know, what if I can find something? And typically I wake up in the morning saying, what's going to be my photo today? You know, where am I going to be led?
Right.
But doing what I do here in Spanish Fork, I do a lot of activities, a lot of events, and a lot of stuff with the city and fiesta days and whatever goes on. And so the city has really made that easier for me to be able to say, okay, well, that day I can shoot this, and this day I can shoot that, and I can be over here for that day.
Okay.
And then I have to just worry about those off days where I've got nothing planned.
Right,
So-
like the average stuff. But I kind of want to implement this maybe next year because I have a hard time posting to social media. I don't know why. It's just my own issue.
No, I understand that.
Right,
Yeah.
but I thought if it's just something that I find every day that just was meaningful that day, whatever it is in my life, then that'll
Well,
be that.
and you've seen my pictures. I always put a story
Yeah.
line
I was
with
just
that.
going to say, I don't want to take that away from you, but they all seem to have some connection with you or
Right.
something that
They
happened
do.
that day or
They do.
meaning. So let's talk about some of your favorite photos and some of our
Our
favorite
favorites.
photos.
They're all my babies.
Yes.
I will say that, and I put this, you know, I said this the very first of the year on my very first post. I said, not all of them are going to be, I can't talk. Not all of them are going to be masterpieces. Some are just going to be routine pictures because I needed the photo for the day.
Right.
And I've really upped the game, I think, over the year,
Yeah.
where I've started to put more effort into it and do more things that are different from just driving home. I'll talk to people. I'll plan things. Hey, can I shoot you for my photo a day in a few weeks? You know, or this day or this
okay.
day. So I started to fill my calendar now with business people here in town. From the Chamber of Commerce. Hey,
Yeah.
would you like to be my photo of the day? And you know, well, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to
Right.
be?
I know.
Sure, little free photo shoot. It takes about 10 minutes, and I get a nice little photo, and I give it to them. So they get a nice
That's
photo out
nice.
of it, too.
Speaking of your first one, that is one of the ones I wrote down as one of my favorite. It was the guitar.
Yeah, that was
the
my
angle
first
of
one.
it, and it was just so simple, but I don't know, like I felt something with it. And I think a lot of your photos, like the veterans, like every photo you had a flag or the veteran, that really spoke to me. And then of course, I mean, you always,
ones that
when you
you-
see a photo, you always automatically find yourself. That's true no matter
Right.
your.
Or look for yourself.
Yeah,
or
you're
someone
there
that you
right now.
know.
So-
And how many
Right.
of those have you in them? Huh?
I know. And
Not much.
so when you said find
I
your
think
photo of the
you kind
day,
of need one. My centerpiece.
but it was fun, Pete, to go back through the year of all the things we did together.
Right.
Because to me, it just is a celebration of life. Sometimes we get down on ourselves about life can be hard, challenging, there's trials. And photos for me remind us the good. And I think looking through your Instagram today and just seeing like all the different things either that I was participating in or watched you do or I knew them and like a lot of Miss Spanish Fork. I don't know, it was just like, this was a
Well,
good
and I
year.
can even feel like the love you have towards your family. There's several pictures of your
Yes.
grandchildren, and then the one that you posted of your wife. And you know, she's not just your typical male woman. This is my wife. So if you see her,
Male woman. She's a postal carrier.
there you go. I'm
I don't
like,
call her a male woman.
well,
That's
she
scary.
carries the mail, the U.S. mail. You know what I meant.
Now person.
Yeah, there you
One
go.
of my well, I had two favorites. One was the football stadium because Pete came and took our football pictures, spur of the moment, really
That
last
was
minute,
cool.
and he did a great job.
Thank you.
So that brought back a personal memory to me, which was a good time. And then the next one, I was driving home, and I was going down Main Street, and I looked and saw you and Travis on the side of the road with a camera, and I'm like, they are filming something is going on. And then I looked back to try and figure out what they were doing, and then I saw a police car with lights kind of hovering. And I'm like, something's going on here, but I don't know what it is. And then I saw your photo of the day, and then the story was finished
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
which was really cool to see that start to finish.
And that story was of the Opticom system, which the police department has, that changes the
yes.
lights as they go in pursuit.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So
that,
that
was
was
a fun
really
morning.
cool.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that was
Well,
fun
thank
for
you.
I also love our fireside picture. And not just because it's us, but the evening at the Riverwoods and just the tone and everything that was kind of going on
Right.
around that time. And that was just such a special
It was.
picture, and you captured it just beautifully.
Well,
But
thank
it
you,
was
thank
you.
it was magical the way you did the lights.
I know.
The way you had us standing. I don't know, the fire, the colors.
The colors
Right.
are so
Yeah.
vibrant.
And it wasn't dark. but
But
it
it
made it
looked
look
darker.
so dark
Oh,
in the photography.
It was kinda
getting dark.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we had the Christmas lights
Right.
behind, and we
Yeah.
had the fire
I
in
don't know,
front.
Yeah, how you
And
did
then
the
I had-
lighting,
then
it
I
just
had
made it
We had
intense.
Adam there. Adam was holding the light. He had a portable light right
I-
over your head there. So
Right.
it was,
It
And
was
then the one
Adam.
that you took through the Christmas tree lights
Yes.
at us, that was really
Yeah.
neat too.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
So
you.
what
Really
advice
So-
would you give?
How can
Well-
and how can our audience
Yeah.
find your pictures?
So to find my pictures, you go to Pete Hansen Photo
Okay.
on Instagram. That's the easiest way. Pete Hansen Photo. And advice. You know, I think about what I do, and really it's comparable to what anybody might do if they have any kind of hobby or interest or whatever, any kind of goal. Just take a few minutes every day and practice that hobby. If you like to cook, make cupcakes every day, whatever. But
Right,
do
that's
something
true.
at a regular, consistent basis, and you will get better at it. That was the reason I did it, was to get better at using that particular camera. I would challenge everybody to get involved with that. If it's a smartphone and you've got a family of kids and you're busy, well, take pictures of the kids. I know a lot of people that just do that every day, and that's just fine. But try to shoot something that means something, or that you can make mean something.
Right.
For me, I've had a year now, and I have a personal history of where I was every day for a whole year.
That's what I'm hoping
And I
for.
do intend to make that into a small book.
Oh, good. I was
Okay,
just
good.
going
I'm
to
not
ask.
sure. I wasn't going to publish it per se, but I'll make some for the
Like
family.
a chapbook or
Yes.
something
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, yeah, like the Shutterfly type book or
Okay,
whatever
yeah.
I can have on the shelf. But
Yep.
so I intend to do that. And here we are now in a new year, and I'm starting again.
I was going to ask you if you'll
2
do
years,
it again.
2 years
Yes.
in a row here, and so forth. I've teamed up with another photographer, James Harward, and we're
Okay.
actually promoting the idea of a photo a day challenge. So you can go to yougotThisphotography.com, or even on YouTube. We have some videos there
Okay.
that talk about how to do a photo a day.
Oh, that's
Post
fun.
it.
And personal bookings for photography with
Absolutely.
you and all that. Okay,
Yep.
very
If you,
good.
if
He
you
did a
want-
great
if you want
job on
your
our
picture,
football ones. Guys,
They were-
hire him up.
If
Okay.
you want your picture taken for a photo a day, give me a yell. I'd be happy to come do it. We'll schedule you in.
Well, thanks for sitting in the hot seat.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yep, it's fun having you over here.
Yeah, it is.
We'll do it again.
Okay.
Very natural.
Coming up next on Studio Chatter, the years just keep moving on. Where have they all gone? Stay with us.